Greetings, comrade! Sergeant Dutch here with Ask Sergeant Dutch, where I basically answer any random question anyone poses me, really. I posted about this about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Had a ton of questions turn up. So I won't be able to answer every one of them, but I've chosen the best, and so here we go. Let's start off with Sean the Kraken. He wants to know, were the sun to explode right now, do you have any badass last words lined up? No, not really. I'll probably just make it up as I go along, which is pretty much how I do most things. Chrysalis wants to know, which is your favourite pony, and can you sing one of the songs all the way through? Well, my favourite one would be Pinkie Pie, because she's my daughter's favourite, and she reminds me of my daughter, so yeah. And I'm at the Grand Galloping Gala, I'm at the Grand Galloping Gala, I'm at the Grand Galloping Gala. It's all I ever dreamed, it's all I ever dreamed, woohoo! That's all I ever dreamed, wee! Mrs. Thomas would like to know,
what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
What do you mean? An African or European swallow?
Huh? I don't know that.
How do you know so much about swallows?
Well, you have to know these things when you're a king, you know.
Funnery Sergeant X51 would like to know, how are things with the 3D printer project, and have you made any toys yet? Well, as you can see, here's the 3D printer, Maru, Matter Replication Unit. Unfortunately, I've been working at the Olympics for the past 4 weeks, and I will be still for another month to come, and that means I don't have much time really at home at all, and this has kind of fallen by the wayside. However, after September, I should be making more experiments, making more stuff in general. Raptor would like to know, are there ways to access the internet without a router or mobile internet? Well, Raptor, you can do this by going out to the backyard, setting fire to something, getting a blanket, make smoke signals to contact someone who actually does have the internet. This does work, but you'll get a bit of lag. Fleshwreck wants to know, what is my weapon of choice come the zombie apocalypse? Well, my weapon of choice would be a sword. Simple as. Or, I know a lot of people suggest machetes. I know a lot of the Yanks will be saying guns, 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 or crossbows or arrows and stuff like that. But all of those things need ammunition, fuel, chainsaws. Really? Chainsaws? Trying to make a mess here? Simple matter is, I have a metal sword. It's black steel. It's a ninja style type one, so it's about 8 long. Very simple. It's kind of like a more up-to-date version of a gladius, a Roman sword. Basically, all you need for it is a quick stabbing motion. Because you want to go straight for the head. Don't bother slashing bodies, limbs and stuff, because that's pointless. If you want to cut off a few limbs and a jaw and keep it as a pet, maybe. But you want to just go straight for your head. And for that, you need sword, simple stab, back. That's all you need. When did I become an expert on the zombie apocalypse? Now, Dermot wants to know, where can I find more info on BB codes commands, and what is my favourite one? That's a bit weird. I don't really have a favourite command. I guess the one I prefer to use, I haven't used it on TSU, but I do use it from time to time for other stuff, is spoiler. Basically, it condenses a whole ton of paragraphs, pictures, anything like that, down to a tiny little invisible box. You press the button for spoiler, and it falls out. Now this is really handy if you're uploading a ton of photos or have a huge amount of text with spoilers by chance, and you don't want it'll take a long while to load up. So if people see the spoiler button, they'll know, oh, there might be some heavy content behind it. Now, Brigadier Davis wants to know, where do babies come from? Why? And is there any way of sending them back? Well, I'll tell you what I've told my daughter. Babies come from Argos, and if you don't behave, I'll send you back because I have kept the receipt. Killer Capybara wants to know, if the answer is 42, then what is the question for the meaning of life, the universe, and everything? Where did I leave my underpants? Now, I've got a brilliant question here from Professor Jimmy Blue. He goes on to write, I'm not sure how the others across the United States see it, but as far as I'm concerned, looking at UK's invasions and events, you're all dressed up so awesomely and seem to put on the biggest and best show. How do you all over on that side of the big blue ball see us kooky Americans, and what advice can you give us to make our invasions and missions as epic as yours are? That's a funny thing. I don't know if I could speak for most of the UK toy soldiers, but I can speak for myself. When I first joined, I was actually awestruck by the invasions and videos of invasions and photos that you Americans had. And that really led quite a few of us to be inspired, really, which is, you know, a good thing. That's the whole point of the army, really. I guess the reason why our invasions tend to work all right-ish, I wouldn't say they work perfectly. There's no such thing as a perfect invasion. Always something goes wrong. But the reason why ours tend to be alright is because we have the kind of locality situation. We don't act as lone divisions separate from others. I mean, the country is here small enough for it to be one big division, TSU UK 118. The other thing is that we tend to have invasions in smaller or central areas that everyone can get to. But generally we tend to go for London or just above London in Midlands or that kind of vicinity. That means everyone can get there via public transport and it doesn't take generally more than 3 hours at most. And that's 3 hours on a train, not cars by the way, because very, very, very few of us, in fact I think only 3 toy soldiers that I know of have cars. We'll probably have driving licenses, but very few have cars. Another example, the 97th tends to do the Battle Cove invasion with all those battleships there, and soon we'll be doing one of our own, heading onto the HMS Belfast, taking that over for ourselves. And that's obviously directly inspired by the 97th, and hopefully, you know, one of these days we'll be able to meet somewhere in the Atlantic and fire giant cannon Nerf darts at each other on battleships. Oh yeah, this is in the works. Now, on with another question. Sergeant Fiegel wants to know, when can I have my army of drop bear armour-plated soldiers? Try next week Tuesday. And Commander Jet would like to know, Dutch, does the carpet match the drapes? Did you really just ask me that? Well, the honest answer is... Hang on. What the hell? What is going on here?
I have a question. Do you honestly think you have a chance of defeating me? You can't even remove me from your precious website. You seem to be ignoring my warnings, unless, of course, you've imagined away your ability to understand plain English. Stop, cease, desist, and end this now. I won't ask nicely next time.
It's you. Right. And that's the end of our Sergeant Dutch. Tune in next time when I might do it again. I have no idea. We'll see how it goes. As for you, see me at camera number 2.